can you help me find a kitten?
Would you have fought this hard for a life most had already given up on?
Can I see them, please?
In a city animal shelter, among many forgotten animals longing for a second chance, lived a kitten. So tiny, she weighed barely 1/3 of a pound. When Nikki, an experienced animal rescuer, heard about her, she didn't hesitate for a moment. This fragile little soul, no larger than the palm of a hand, needed a miracle. Someone who wouldn't see her as just a number, but as a life worth saving. Nikki immediately offered to take her in. But when she arrived at the shelter, she discovered a surprise. Huddled next to the tiny black kitten was a slightly bigger, tabby-colored sister. Although only one kitten had originally been mentioned, Nikki couldn't bring herself to separate the two. The bond between them was undeniable, and deep down she knew their best chance at survival was together. So, with great care, she brought them both home. She named them. Ce, the black kitten, was barely clinging to life. Jaz, her tabby sister, never left her side, cuddling close to her protectively, as if she knew how fragile Ce was. At home, Nikki prepared a warm, safe nest for them. She gently cleaned the kittens and made everything ready for a fresh start. To her delight, both used the litter box right away, as if they understood this was their big chance. But the hardships were far from over. Ce was too weak to eat on her own. Nikki began feeding her with a syringe and later through a feeding tube around the clock. She gave up sleep and rest, caring for Ce every 2 hours. The nights were long, filled with whispered prayers and soothing words. Her hands trembled from exhaustion, but she never stopped. Her unconditional care gave Ce the space she needed to fight. And then the miracle happened. Ce took her first bites of wet food on her own. Her appetite grew, and so did her energy. Together with her sister, she began to romp around the room, growing stronger with each passing day. They both gained weight steadily, their fur began to shine, and their personalities blossomed. Jaz was a quiet observer who loved to cuddle. Ce, in contrast, was fearless. She even climbed over baby gates. Her once pitch-black fur began to show a silvery shimmer. A beautiful, smoky hue emerged as she grew more confident. But despite her growing independence, she never lost sight of her sister. And Jaz, as loyal as ever, would meow every time Ce wasn't nearby. Their bond wasn't just sweet, it was unbreakable. For 2 months, they played, purred, tumbled, and slept together in warm patches of sunlight. Under Nikki's loving care, they became trusting, lively, and endlessly lovable. It became clear the tiny kittens from the shelter had grown into happy, healthy cats ready for their forever home. But there was one condition: they had to stay together. Fortunately, the perfect family came forward. One that instantly recognized what Nikki had felt from the beginning. 2 little lives rescued at the edge of giving up, meant to grow up side by side. Jaz and Ce were adopted as an inseparable pair. Their story continues in a home full of love and safety. Stories like these remind us why animal rescue matters so deeply. Behind every shelter door lies a fate waiting to be rewritten, with patience, care, and a little courage. If this were your story touch your heart, feel free to subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming rescues. Give this video a star if you believe in second chances, and share your thoughts or your own rescue story in the comments. Every voice, every share, every gesture brings hope to another animal in need. Let's keep the magic of compassion alive, together. If this were your story, Would you have kept them together?